A villain is nothing without their sidekick. Hey guys, it's Phoebe with WatchMojo. Today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movie and TV villain sidekicks.
It's really great. You're gonna love it. It's got all the amenities.
We're taking a look at the right-hand men and women of villains from movies and television shows. We're going to try and exclude henchmen and minions, but sometimes those overlap. So let's get to the list.
Him? Yes. Look at him, he's crazy. He's like a vicious little chihuahua thing.
Number 10, Lefou, Beauty and the Beast. Lefou is the perfect second to Gaston.
And it's not very hard to see why.
While Gaston values outer beauty and physical perfection, Lefou is short with crooked teeth. So one can assume the two are best friends because Lefou allows Gaston to always be the prettiest one in the room. He keeps Gaston's spirits up when he's feeling low, even singing an entire song about how awesome he is.
No one's slick as Gaston, no one's quick as Gaston, no one's neck's as incredibly thick as Gaston.
In the original animated version, Lefou is equally as dark as Gaston, and is totally on board for his plan to have Maurice committed and kill the Beast. However, he's humanized more in the live-action adaptation, wherein he changes his ways upon realizing Gaston's true nature.
Well, I used to be on Gaston's side, but we are so in a bad place right now.
You're too good for him anyway.
Number 9, Shego, Kim Possible.
Sidekicks. Well, don't let me stop you.
We were introduced to this logical, quick-tempered villain in the pilot of Kim Possible. As the sidekick to Kim's archfoe Dr. Draken, she's actually quite different from the mad scientist who wants to take over the world, in that she isn't narcissistic and doesn't lack empathy for others, or at least she seems to care for animals.
Don't stop to tell her the plan.
I'll handle this, Shego.
Yeah, all I know is every time you stop to blab about your big plan, she wins.
Oh, right.
Instead of pursuing her own goals or dreams, she prefers to carry out the work of others. The physically fit martial artist is extremely smart and possesses an energy attack. But perhaps what makes her the most notable is that she also has depth, evolving from one of the series' main antagonists to a character that saved our heroine's life.
Shego! Now we complete Operation Gherkin!
This is Operation Gherkin?
Seriously, I've tried everything.
Number 8, Iago, Aladdin. Dark sorcerers certainly seem to have an affinity for winged companions. Jafar's talkative parrot doesn't know when to shut up. He's always prepared to deliver a clever quip or a stinging remark in that iconic voice.
I love the way your foul little mind works.
Jafar may fancy himself a terrifying, all-powerful sorcerer, but Iago is not scared of him.
Oh, there's a big surprise! That's an incredible... I think I'm gonna have a heart attack and die from that surprise! What are we gonna do? We got a big problem here, a big...
Yes.
He has no fear in using his big mouth to verbally assault his boss. His sarcastic personality and the hilarious back and forth between Iago and Jafar is one of the best parts of the animated movie. Although Alan Tudyk does an admirable attempt in the live-action flick, it's really no contest when we consider Gilbert Gottfried's unforgettable efforts.
Jafar! Jafar! Get a grip! Good grip!
Prince Ali is nothing more than that ragged urchin Aladdin.
Number 7, Otis Superman. Similar to how Lefou's presence bolsters Gaston's ego, Lex Luthor probably keeps Otis around so he can always be the smartest guy in the room.
Do you know why the number 200 is so vitally descriptive to both you and me? What? It's your weight and my IQ. Now think, people, think!
Otis is Luthor's dumb and bumbling sidekick. He's pretty much useless except to make Luthor look and feel better in comparison, and provide some comic relief in the movie.
What more could anyone ask?
He's all too thrilled to participate in Luthor's plan to destroy the West Coast, as long as he can get a city in Luthor's new West Coast, appropriately named Otisburg.
Costa del Lex, Lutherville, Marina del Lex, Otisburg. Otisburg?
Who's this monster? She's got her own place, man.
Otisburg?
It's a little bitty place.
Otisburg?
Number 6, Mr. Smee, Peter Pan.
Here you are, sir. Your Sunday set, sir.
Mr. Smee is the closest thing to the mother Captain Hook never had. He's the first one Hook comes running to when he has a problem. Like any sidekick worth their salt, Smee is deeply loyal to the captain, and does things no respected first mate should ever be asked to do.
Well, Captain, it's nice to see you smiling again. Brings back the good old days when we was leading a healthy, normal life.
He takes care of him, doting on him hand and foot, and is the only one who can protect him from his bully, the crocodile. Though Smee serves the most ruthless pirate on the sea, he's actually a big old softy on the inside.
Is he gone, Smee?
Aye, Captain, all clear. Nothing to worry about.
Oh, Smee.
Number 5, Mike Ehrmantraut, Breaking Bad.
You strike me as a former cop. Am I right? Where at? Philadelphia.
Setting aside any comparisons that may come to mind to Pulp Fiction's Winston Wolfe, let's treat this ex-Philly cop as his own man. Played by Jonathan Banks, Mike does double duty working for drug kingpin Gus Fring and sometimes attorney Saul Goodman throughout Breaking Bad.
You see? So then where's the trust?
I trust the hole in the desert I'd leave you in.
Yeah, that's an argument.
As a cleaner, hitman, and PI, along with his previous experience in law enforcement, he was extremely useful to the men who hired him. He has a scheming mind and is ready to kill if asked, but also has a bit of a human side to him, which is shown when he tries to make an effort to leave the innocent out of the illegal things he is tasked to perform.
Don't shoot me in the face. Please. I don't want my daughter seeing me like that.
Your daughter won't see.
Number 4, Harley Quinn, DC Universe.
I ask you, Harley, who's given more hours of amusement to the Gotham Police Force than me?
No one, Mr. J.
Debuting in the 1992 superhero animated television series that was the first entry of the DC animated universe, Harley Quinn grew out of what was initially conceived to be a bit part into the most well-known sidekick and love interest of the Joker. The psychiatrist meets Batman's arch-enemy while working at Arkham Asylum, and falls deeply and incomprehensibly in love with him despite his constant maltreatment of her.
Funny? You presume to tell me what I should think is funny?
Whether or not you think she's as crazy as he is, there's no doubting the value Harley places in loyalty. Meanwhile, her expanded role in the comics and in live-action films demonstrate how the character has grown and become ingrained into Batman's rogues gallery.
Stupid bats, you're ruining date night!
Number 3, MiniMe, the Austin Powers franchise.
He is exactly like you in every way. Except 1/8 your size.
Who could make a better sidekick than, well, yourself? Dr. Evil's clone is super strong, a ladies' man and a loyal confidant dedicated to taking down the supervillain's worst enemy, Austin Powers.
Breathtaking. I shall call him MiniMe.
His diminished size only means that his strength is concentrated, which can be seen anytime he beats the hell out of Austin Powers with very little effort. Just as powerful as his bite is his bark. He can't speak, but who needs to when you've got animated facial expressions and perfectly timed notes to do your talking for you?
Are you sure you don't have a little clone in you? Yeah, I'm sure. Would you like to?
Number 2, Krunk, the Emperor's New Groove franchise. Krunk is the dim-witted second to Yzma, who plans on killing Emperor Kuzco and taking his throne.
Oh, right. The poison for Kuzco. The poison chosen specially to kill Kuzco. Kuzco's poison. That poison?
Yes, that poison.
Got you covered.
Though his loyalty is unwavering, his resolve to Yzma's plan is not quite as unflinching. He has a moral compass that makes him doubt his villainy and is easily distracted. His mishaps and goofy personality cause hilarious hiccups in the plan that always seem to be at Yzma's expense.
Pull the lever, Krunk.
Ironically, his obscure talents that drive Yzma crazy, such as his ability to speak squirrelese, are exactly the things that help move their plan forward.
Now ask him which way the talking llama went.
Squeakity squeak. Squeaking.
This lovable character is such a fan favorite, he literally stole the show in the sequel, Kronk's New Groove.
Pull the lever!
This lever.
I
I worked out the bugs.
Just checking.
Not quite at the end yet. Almost there though. Just be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Alright, back to business. Number 1. Darth Vader, the Star Wars franchise.
Rise, my friend.
He may have become the original Star Wars trilogy's main antagonist, but he was the sidekick of Emperor Palpatine before that. As Anakin Skywalker, Darth Sidious convinced the ex-Jedi to turn to the dark side and become his Sith apprentice. The now newly named Darth Vader goes on to do Palpatine's bidding for over 20 years, which includes killing fellow Sith Lords and Jedi members. It's not until Vader comes face to face with his son that the cyborg realizes the error of his ways, prompting him to turn on his Sith master in order to save Luke and redeem himself. Now, if that's not one of the most iconic and tragic sidekick stories ever, then we don't know what is.
I'll not leave you here. I've got to save you.
You already have.
I'd never actually thought of Darth Vader as a villain sidekick, but when you think about it, it actually makes a lot of sense. What did you guys think of our list? Let us know in the comments below and check out this video.